graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
What is going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a fantastic day. The Cincinnati Reds just lost, and they lost by a final score of 4-2. It got very interesting at the end. We got Diamondzone going on. We're in the thick of it right now. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic night. Let's go around Major League Baseball. So the Marlins, they won 11-8. They were up 8-2. They blew the lead. The Mets tied it up. And then the Marlins got the lead back and were able to win by a score of 11-8. The Pirates, they won 10-3 against the Boston Red Sox today. The Phillies won 3-2. They were down to their final strike, and Trey Turner walked it off on a 2-run single with the bases loaded. Cardinals just beat the Cincinnati Reds by a final score of 4-2. Yankees and White Sox are in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Padres, it's a 10-3 blowout as they're in the bottom of the 7th out in Minnesota. You got Angels and Astros. That is going to the 9th inning. Orioles and Giants, it's now 10-1 Baltimore out in the Bay Area as the Giants are getting absolutely crushed. Royals are going to be trying to take the lead. It's 1-1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Mariners are down by 1 run. Julio Rodriguez just hit a 2-run shot. And so it's a 4-3 game there. The Cubs and Rockies, that game got started late. It was in a rain delay. It's a 1-1 ball game as they're in the top of the 4th. And then D-backs and Dodgers, that game is in the bottom of the 2nd. At 10:05 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll have our final game underway. And that'll be Texas Rangers, who are taking on the Athletics. Let's get ready to rock and roll and get on into the Diamond Zone, folks. Let's go. All right, so we will head to, where shall we go first? I think we are going to go over to the Angels-Astros game as they start off the 9th inning. And we'll go check up on them. We do have a 2-2 score out in Chicago. The White Sox are tied with the Yankees in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs and nobody on. Tauchman just looked at a pitch, and they said that Tauchman did not go. All right, so let's go check up on the Tigers-Royals. That's in the bottom of the 8th with 1 out. Bobby Witt Jr. is on deck. Joe Adele is up for the LA Angels. The other game was in a break. And so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to him. We do have a Diamond Zone alert. Mike Tauchman did just get on with a double with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. And he's now over at second base. So the White Sox are going to look to take the lead. Joe Adele did just strike out, and again, we just got started. The other games are blowouts. It's 10-3 San Diego as they go to the bottom of the 7th. Orioles now have 11 runs. They're going to try to add on to their lead too. It's a lot of baseball, a lot of chaos going on, and that's just how it goes. We also have another Diamond Zone update. A leadoff single by Luis Rengifo to start off the top of the 9th inning out there. All right, so we're going to go back-to-back and look at this Yankees-White Sox game. The count is 0-1 to Will Robertson. Guardians are also up 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th inning over there. The ball is 1 strike, and that is to Robertson. In the pitch, ground ball hit over to first base, and the first baseman has it, takes it to the bag. Yankees are going to the 9th inning, and we'll check up on them in just a little bit. With that, let's go back over to the Angels game and check up on them. Logan O'Hoppe is due up at the plate for the Angels. And where is that game on here? Can't find it. Where is Angels? There it is. Okay, 1 ball, 1 strike. A runner on over at first. If you love the Diamond Zone, hit that thumbs up button. The pitch to O'Hoppe, line drive, base it out to left field. And so Rengifo stops at second base. O'Hoppe gets on with a single, and the go-ahead run is now over at second base for L.A. In the Royals game, the count is 3-2. That's to Holton, and the next pitch is inside for ball 4, and Bobby Witt Jr. is coming up to try to give them the lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. So we'll have our eyes on that. Angels trying to go up against Abreu, Brian Abreu, that is. So we're going to go double diamond, double D. We're going to go double D. All right. First pitch to Bobby Witt, and he fouls it off. Let's go back over to Houston. Matthew Lugo is up at the plate for the LA Angels. The pitch on the way, fly ball hit out over towards right field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Rengifo will stop over at third. Bases loaded for the Angels. Witt sends this one into the night, out to center. It's gone. 3-1 Kansas City as they take the lead. Bobby Witt Jr. able to lead his team out in front and help the Royals go ahead by 2. All right. Big swing there. Yankees are back on. Cody Bellinger is up at the plate. And the 0-1, he fouls it off. Bobby Witt Jr. with a big 2-run home run for Kansas City. We have another update. Ramon Laureano for the San Diego Padres just hit a 2-run shot to make it 12-3 San Diego out in Minnesota. Okay, so Bellinger's at bat. It's 1-2 to him. And again, don't forget the Angels at bases loaded. They have a man up. And the pitch looked like it was taken for a called strike. That's Oswald Peraza, the former Yankee, trying to do some damage against the Astros. The pitch to Peraza. Fly ball hit out over towards right field. That's going back towards the track. And it is going to be hit off the top of the wall. It was misjudged by the right fielder. Rengifo's going to score. Another run will score. The throw is not in time. 3-1 Angels. And a big hit by Oswald Peraza is just what the doctor ordered for LA. That's a 2-run double to give the Angels a 3-1 lead. All right, the 2-2 pitch to Cody Bellinger, swinging a fly ball hit out to right field, and that's going to be caught in front of the warning track. There's one away out in Chicago in the top of the 9th inning. So 1 out there. We're going to go back to the Angels game because they're threatening to score more. We'll see how they do right now. Zach Neto is up at the plate. Okay. Neto down in the count, 0-1. What's up? What's up, chat? How we all feeling? How we all feeling about this tonight? Welcome on into Diamond Zone. If you love baseball, well, you're in the right spot. We got you. If you love baseball, this is what it's all about. This is our hokey pokey. That's what it's all about, baby. Getting into the Diamond Zone. Once you're in, you don't come out. Sometimes we go 2D and we go double diamond, or we'll go triple D and we'll go 3 diamond. Or every once in a while we go quadruple box and we go quadruple diamond. It's beautiful. Neto just struck out, and there's 2 away there. Let's go back to Jazz's at-bat for the New York Yankees as they try to get the lead. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch is down for ball 2 to Jazz Chisholm Jr. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic night. Yohan Moncada is due up for the Angels. 2 outs there, and the pitch that he takes is high. And in Jazz's at-bat, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Chisholm. So double diamond we go. Kenley Jansen and Brock Burke are warming up in the pen. 2-0 pitch to Moncada, and that's taken for a called strike. And still 2-2 to Jazz. Just fouled off the last pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike to Moncada, and the pitch, and he fouled that off his foot. He slipped on the ball, and he had his helmet come flying off. He's on his knees, and he gets up. The 2-2 to Jazz, and that's outside for ball 3. And so the count is now full at 3-2. By the way, the Cubs and the Rockies are tied 1-1. That game is in the top of the 5th inning. 3-2 to Jazz. Swing and a miss. He strikes out. Nice. There's 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Moncada is getting checked out by the trainers. Elizabeth is here. What's going on, Liz? How are you? We got Diamond Zone on. We're going around to the spicy games. That's what we're doing. Kyle Tucker did just get on with a double for the Chicago Cubs, and he's in scoring position. The Cubs are trying to take the lead. That game is still early. It's in the top of the 5th. All right, so let's go to Austin Wells really quickly. Again, it's a 2-2 game in the top of the 9th with nobody on and 2 outs. And the 1-0 pitch to Wells, and that's taken outside and high for ball 2. We got a lot of action. It's also 2 balls, 2 strikes to Yohan Moncada as the Angels are trying to extend their lead there. Next pitch is down for ball 3. This will settle down once we get to 10 o'clock. 2 balls, no strikes. We're in stride right now. The 2-0 pitch, and there's a foul ball to Austin Wells. It's double diamond. 3-2 to Moncada. Foul ball. I believe Wells homered earlier in the game. The 2-1 to Wells, and he fouls it off again. Hopefully you're doing well, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for stopping on by. Welcome on into the Diamond Zone. It's basically NFL RedZone, but for baseball. 3-2 to Moncada, and that's high for ball 4. Back to the 2-2 pitch to Austin Wells. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Austin Wells strikes out, and the White Sox will try to walk it off as they go to the bottom of the 9th. So the Angels have bases loaded. They just took the lead on a 2-run double by Oswald Peraza. Mike Trout is up, and he takes ball 1. By the way, we're going to add the Royals into the mix because they're in the top of the 9th inning against Detroit. And Detroit is down to their final 3 outs. We'll see how that game will finish. 1-0 pitch. There's a called strike to Mike Trout. It's going to get really interesting in just a couple of seconds. We also have a close game out in Cleveland. It's 4-3 there in the bottom of the 8th. Back to Trout's at bat. It's 2 balls, 1 strike to him. Two balls, 1 strike to Mike Trout. The next pitch, and that's outside for ball 3. All right, so back to this Royals game really quickly. The 2-1 to Spencer Torkelson is swung on and missed for strike 2 in his at-bat. Back to Trout's at-bat. The 3-1 is swung on and missed. 3-2 to Mike Trout. 2-2 to Spencer Torkelson. The 2-2 to Torkelson. Ground ball hit back over to Estevez. He'll take it to the bag himself for out number 1 in the top of the 9th inning. The 3-2 to Trout. Outside for ball 4, and another run scores for the Angels. Making now a 4-1 ball game. And the Astros will take a timeout. And with that, let's go back to KC very quickly. 1 out, top of the 9th. Abreu is going to be taken out of the game for the Astros. There's a pitching change there. No balls, 1 strike. Riley Green in the box. The 0-1 to Green, and that's taken for strike 2. Curtis Mead is leading off the bottom of the 9th for the White Sox. Back to Green's at bat. The 0-2 is flied out over towards left field, and it is a foul ball. 2-1 to Curtis. By the way, the Guardians just beat the Mariners by a final score of 4-3. They were able to get themselves the win, and that's it. Green comes up and hits a double out to left field, and he's now the tying run is coming up to the plate for the Detroit Tigers. Wow, that's big. That is absolutely huge. Okay. The pitch, and that is up high for a ball to Wencio Perez. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th of the White Sox game. Meidroth is due up. Here's the 1-0 to Wencio Perez. It's popped up, and it's hit behind home plate, and it will go foul and out of play. One pitch, swing and a miss. Angels are also back on, and Taylor Ward is up. The 1-2 on the way to Perez, and that's down for ball 2. Ward just took inside. The count is 1-2 to him in the Angels-Astros game. Tauchman is due up. Chase Mydroth just got on with a double for the White Sox. And back to the 2-2 to Perez. Another foul ball. The next pitch to Ward. Swing and a miss. He strikes out. And so the Astros have their final chance as they go to the bottom of the 9th inning. So the White Sox have their winning run at second. But let's go back to KC. The pitch. Ground ball hit over to first base. And so the tag to the bag. There's out number 2. And last chance for Detroit. They're down to their final outs. White Sox are trying to walk it off. David Bednar is out there facing former Yankee Mike Tauchman. The pitch to Tauchman, swing and a miss on a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Tauchman, and that's high for a ball. Estevez trying to get the final outs in the Royals-Tigers game. And the pitch is taken for strike 1. Dingler is up. The 1-1 to Tauchman, swinging a ground ball hit over to second base, and we're going to go to extras out in Chicago. And they will go to the 10th inning. Back to the 0-1, swing and a miss, and there's strike 2. The 0-2 on the way, it's high for a ball. By the way, the Cubs did just take the lead. We'll let you know how that happened in just a few seconds. Hit that thumbs up button, people, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Hit that thumbs up button. The 1-2 on the way to Dingler. Fly ball hit out to right field. It's another foul ball. Astros are going to the bottom of the 9th. We'll check up on them in just a few moments. It's their last chance. They trail 4-1. They'll face Kenley Jansen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Estevez kicks and fires, and the pitch is fouled away. Jesus Sanchez will lead it off for the Houston Astros in the bottom of the 9th inning there. The pitch is taken for a called strike. One ball, 2 strikes to Dingler. The 1-2 is up high and inside for ball 2. Carson Kelly just had a sac fly for Chicago, and they now lead it 3-1 out of Coors Field. Right before that, Ian Happ had himself an RBI double. The pitch, there's a fly ball hit out over towards right center field, and that is caught for out number 3. The ball game is over out at Kauffman Stadium. Huge win for the Kansas City Royals to try to stay afloat in the playoff race for that wild card spot. That final wild card spot, and that is absolutely huge. So that game is done. And we can put the Rockies game back on the bottom half of the old laptop. That's nice. That's really, really good. Okay. And with that, let's go back to this Houston game. So the Astros are in the bottom of the 9th. We also have an alert in Chicago as well. Volpe was able to get the ghost runner over to third base for the New York Yankees on, I believe it was a bunt over to third base. Astros just got a runner on over at first on a walk allowed by Jansen. And so if Walker gets on, that'll be interesting. Pitch, there's a foul ball. We have another alert. Rice, I believe, grounded out over towards second. He had a ground ball to second. Mydra threw home, and the Yankees got caught into a rundown. And so there's out number 2 there. That was Ryan McMahon, that ended up doing that. So the Astros have 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Christian Walker just got out. Yankees and White Sox are in extra innings. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch is outside for a ball to Jose Caballero. That was big. Yanier Diaz is up for the Houston Astros, and he fouls off the pitch. He's down in the count 0-1. So we're going double diamond between these 2 games. Again, Padres, they lead at 12-3. That game is in the bottom of the 8th. It's not even close. Giants are down to their final 3 outs. They're in the bottom of the 9th. They trail by 10. Here's the 0-1 to Diaz. That ball is popped up in foul territory, and it will be caught for out number 2. So 2 outs there in Houston. And so Houston now down to their final outs. Three balls, 1 strike to Jose Caballero in the Yankees game. Timeout called in Houston. Okay. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes now to Jose Caballero. Again, 2 gone there in the top of the 10th. Yankees trying to get the lead. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Time called back in the Yankees game. The pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over towards deep left center field, and that ball is caught right in center field. I believe that was Joe Adell that caught that, and he made an excellent catch to end the ball game for the Angels. Caballero stays alive. The count is 3-2. What a catch. A leaping catch right at the wall. And that's how the Angels hang on and beat the Houston Astros 4-1. Okay. There we go. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Jose Caballero, and the pitch is down for ball 4. And the Yankees have their go-ahead runner now at second base in the top of the 10th. Let's go. All right, good stuff. So now this game is done, and we can take this off on here, so that's nice. Giants are down to their final out. They're actually down to their final strike. We're gonna just have our eyes on this Yankees game really quickly. Giants just lost. 11-1 was the final score there. So they're done too. And we can say goodnight to the Giants. That game is over. All right, Trent Grisham is up. Top of the 10th here. We got some action in this Yankees game. It's really been a stalemate for a while. Top of the 10th, 2 outs, 2 runners on, and the first pitch to the cop is taken on the outside corner for a called strike. Gotta tell you, those Marlins did a very good job today. They did. They helped a brother out and took care of business. Grisham just swung on and missed for strike 2. And he will call for time. No balls, 2 strikes to Trent Grisham. Diamondbacks and Dodgers are still scoreless, and we still have 1 game left. That has not started yet. 0-2 to Grisham, and there's a foul ball. So just to recap really quickly, we got 4 games going on at the same time. 4 games left on this night in baseball. 1 has not started yet. Scratch that. We have 4 games going on. 1 has not started, and so that's now 5 games still left to finish. Next pitch to Grisham. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. We're going to the bottom of the 10th inning out in Chicago. The White Sox will try to walk it off against the New York Yankees. Okay. And so with that, we'll go over to the Cubs-Rockies game. That's still in the middle stages right now, but even still, it's a 3-1 ball game out at Coors Field. We'll check up on them. Other than that, the big games are done. The Padres are still up 12-3 as they go to the top of the 9th, a bloodbath of an offensive performance for them. Diamondbacks and Dodgers are scoreless. Corbin Carroll is actually due up at the plate. We'll check up on him to see how he's doing right now. Carroll's in the box, and he takes a called strike. It's a 0-2 count to him. Hello, everybody. In case you guys missed it before, we had a big announcement that was made on the Phillies stream, and that is this. Save your date, or save the date for September 18th. We're going to be doing a 16-hour stream that day. At the very least, it could be up to 17 hours. 16-hour stream, though. We are doing our first fundraising stream, which I'm really excited about, and that should be a lot of fun. So, yes, we're going to be live for 16 hours. We're going to be doing our very first philanthropic stream, and that's going to be awesome. And I'm really, really excited about that. All right, we're in the top of the 4th out in L.A. That's Dodger Stadium. The 0-2 to Carroll. That's a foul ball. White Sox are coming back on, so we'll check to see how this ride ends between the White Sox and the Yankees as well. This will be very interesting. Taylor is at second. The pitch. There's a called strike to Kyle Teal. So Teal is up at the plate. The count is 0-1 to him. I agree, Scott. I absolutely 1,000% agree. Carroll flies this one out to shallow left center, and that's going to be caught for out number 1. The throw back to first, not in time. A bunt was laid down. Taylor goes over to third, and the winning run is now 90 feet away from scoring for Chicago. Nice there. And Lenyn Sosa is due up for the Chicago White Sox. They'll try to walk it off against the Yankees. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Let's put this A's game on. So Bednar still pitching. One out, bottom of the 10th. Sosa in the box First pitch, it's a curveball on the outside edge for strike one. Crossing the Bay Bridge. Let's go. The pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over towards right field, and that is fair, and the ball game is over. Or is it? They call it a foul ball. And just stayed foul towards the right field line. Just stayed foul. Gotcha. Just kidding. No balls, 2 strikes to Lenyn Sosa. Boo! It's okay. No balls, 2 strikes to Sosa. Y'all are going to hate me for that, but that's okay. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock to Lenyn Sosa. And the pitch fouled back again towards the screen. Ay, ay, ay. The Cubs are going to add on to their lead. That's not a joke. It's an RBI single by Kyle Tucker. I tricked you. The 0-2 to Sosa, that's going to bounce in the dirt for a ball. Just want to see if you're paying attention. Wanted to see who's paying attention out there. That's why I did it. Gotcha. 1-2 is the count to Sosa. White Sox still trying to walk it off. Doug, I don't know, but it was not a walk-off, if it makes you feel better. 1-2 pitch. That ball was chopped foul towards the third base side. I just wanted to see who's paying attention. I would never do that if we had Phillies fans on here. If this was for the Phillies, I would never do that. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Lenyn Sosa. Infield playing in. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing. He went around. And there's out number 2 in the bottom of the 10th. That's big. Rangers are ready to get started as they take on the Athletics. There's a lot of daylight out in Sacramento. That sounds about right. All right, so let's stay with this Yankees game. Again, 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th. Bednar with 20 pitches, trying to still keep it a tie game. By the way, the Twins are down to their final 3 outs, but they're down by 9. Colson Montgomery is looking to walk it off for the White Sox. He's 0 for 4 with a hat trick of strikeouts. The pitch to Montgomery, foul ball. This guy has been on a tear for the White Sox with the home runs. It's unbelievable. No balls, 1 strike to Colson Montgomery. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock for David Bednar. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a fly ball hit out over towards right field. And that's going to be caught for out number 3 by Stanton. Stanton just caught it. Montgomery thought that maybe he could just get that in for a base hit. And we're going to go to the 11th inning out in Chicago at right field. Unbelievable. Now, meanwhile, this Twins game, again, as we mentioned before, there's 1 out to go. So we'll see the final out there. We do have some action, though, going on out in Chicago, so I guess that is more of the interesting game right now. Dodgers are still tied. They are scoreless against the Arizona Diamondbacks. That game is in the 4th. So let's go to Chicago. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's to Ian Happ. Hit that thumbs up button, people. Let's go. Welcome on into the Diamond Zone. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And it's a 2-2 count. Twins are down to their final strike. It is Royce Lewis up at the plate if you have him in fantasy. We have a Diamond Zone alert. Freddie Freeman just got on with an opposite field double for the Dodgers. And he is now over at second base. So we will head back there to see how things go. Eduardo Rodriguez is pitching for the Diamondbacks. So we're going to go double diamond. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and that is to Ian Happ as the Cubs try to extend their lead. Who do you got, Cubs or Rockies? 2-2 to Happ, and that's outside for ball 3. We'll also go to Teoscar Hernandez and see how he does for the Dodgers. And the first pitch is taken for ball 1. We'll add on in a third party. Of course, that's the Yankees game. They have their ghost runner up at the plate right now. And a final Diamond Zone alert. A final score. It's 12-3 as the Padres win. It was not even close. It was not even close at all whatsoever. Ian Happ did just walk for the Chicago Cubs. Bases are now loaded. And Teoscar Hernandez flies out to right field. So he is retired as well. A lot of action. We do. We have a lot going on. Aaron Judge is coming up to the plate for the Yankees. Paul Goldschmidt able to sacrifice the runner over to third base. I think the Cubs are going to win. It looks like it. The Judge is up. He's going to try to give the Yankees the lead. And the Sox say swipe left. They're going to skip him. They say, we don't want to face you. Nico Horner just grounded into a double play. And the inning is over out at Wrigley Field. So it's a 4-1 game, a 6-3 double play. And then also, in the Diamondbacks game, there was an unassisted fielder's choice that happened at third base. Blaze Alexander just tagged Freddie Freeman for out number 2. And that's huge. Freeman was going on over to third base, and he just could not avoid the tag. All right, the pitch to Bellinger. And there's an RBI single out to left field by Cody Bellinger, and the Yankees take a 3-2 lead. 3-2 Yankees. Bellinger able to bloop one out to left and just keep it fair. And the Yankees go up by a run. So we'll stay here. Jazz Chisholm Jr. is up. He'll try to give the Yankees another run. 1 out, top of the 11th, and the pitch is down for a ball. So a big RBI single by Cody Bellinger. And by the way, the Diamondbacks and Dodgers are going to the bottom of the 4th inning. So with that, we got one game to focus on. And that is this Yankees-White Sox game right now. Here's the 1-0 to Jazz. Line drive, base hit down the left field line. This could be 2 runs. Judge is being waved home. Cody Bellinger will stay over at third. And it's an opposite field RBI double by Jazz Chisholm Jr. And Yankees fans standing up out at right field. It's 4-2 New York. So the New York Yankees able to take a 4-2 lead with 2 runners in scoring position and a timeout taken by the White Sox. Okay. Tyler Freeman for the Colorado Rockies just got on with a base hit out to center field. So the Rockies have their first base runner to start off the bottom of the 6th. Again, that game was supposed to start at 8 o'clock, and it got pushed back because of rain. The Yankees are trying to add on some more runs. Austin Wells is due up. He homered earlier. He'll show bunt. The pitch is inside for a ball. The catcher, Teal, thought about throwing it over to second. 1 ball, no strikes to Austin Wells. His solo homer came back in the 7th. He shows bunt here. Over towards the first base side. Runner's coming home, and he is out at the plate. Cody Bellinger with a terrible base running decision. And there is out number 2. There's runners now at the corners as the runner from second heads over to third base. So, nice job there by the first baseman to throw it to the plate and get Cody out. In this Rockies game, it's 2 balls, no strikes. That's to Mickey Moniak. The pitch is outside for a ball. It's now 3-0. All right, so I can close out this game. I can put this game on the laptop. That's it. It's just these 4 games. 4 games left. Volpe is up for the New York Yankees, and he's down in the count 0-1. He's 0 for 3 at a sacrifice bunt in the 10th. It's been really struggling for the Yankees. 0-1, fly ball hit out over towards right field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. It was just fair, and so Chisholm jogs on home. 5-2 Yankees as they just pour it on here in the top of the 11th inning. We have another Diamond Zone update, an RBI triple hit by Mickey Moniak to make it now a 4-2 ball game out at Coors Field. We're definitely not keeping track of the runs. No, we're not doing that. Moniak with a big RBI triple. That was almost robbed by Pete Crow Armstrong. He leaped up in the air, and he just could not catch it. Next batter for the Yankees, it'll be Ryan McMahon. 5-2 New York, and the pitch, fly ball hit out over towards right field, and that is caught for out number 3. And so the White Sox are going to the bottom of the 11th. They're down by 3 runs. And they'll be back in just a few moments. And back to Coors Field we go. 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Mickey Moniak has 7 triples on the season. That's 4th most in all of baseball. Hunter Goodman is up. He's the tying run for the Rockies. And he takes a look at ball 1. Javier Assad on the mound for the Chicago Cubs. Goodman with 26 homers and 75 RBI, as well as a .275 batting average. Here's the 1-0 to Hunter, and he flies this one out to center field. This will be plenty deep enough to score Mickey Moniak from third. PCA makes the catch, throws it on in over towards home plate, and that is wide. It's 4-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning, thanks to a sacrifice fly by Hunter Goodman. Okay. Like that piece of hitting, too, by Goodman. That was executed perfectly. Very nice job by him there. The A's have not forgotten about them. There's an infield single by Tyler Soderstrom. Or Soderstrom is up at the plate. That was Brent Rooker. Okay. The pitch to the next batter was popped up and hit out over towards the first base side, and there is out number 2. Camilo Doval is going to pitch for the New York Yankees as we go to the bottom of the 11th inning. And the White Sox will have a ghost runner. It'll be Colson Montgomery because he got the final outs of the 10th inning. If anything happens in this Rockies game, we will let you know. Same thing with the A's game or even the Diamondbacks game. Montgomery leads off over at second. Paul Goldschmidt is now going to be the new first baseman for the Yankees. Tavar just singled out the center field for the Colorado Rockies. He just got aboard for Colorado, and the tying runs over at first base for them. No way, the Cubs might actually lose the lead here. That's wild. No balls, one strike. Andrew Benintendi is up for the White Sox, and Benintendi fouls off the 0-1. It's a foul ball. Dude, White Sox fans would be so upset with me if I actually did that. If they were listening to me and they were like, yep, there's a walk-off. Nope. Just kidding. 0-2 pitch. There's a foul ball. They'd be like, thanks, JJ. I could hear them right now. Never again. Learn my lesson. No balls, 2 strikes to Andrew Benintendi. And here's the next pitch, and that's inside for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes to Andrew Benintendi. Here's the 1-2 on the way. That is way outside and way down low for ball 2. Rockies did just end the inning. Karras flied out over towards right field. They're going to go to the top of the 7th out at Coors Field. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Andrew Benintendi, and the next pitch is grounded foul towards the first base dugout. Let's go, chat. Charge! The 2-2 to Benintendi, and that's outside and high for ball 3. If Benintendi gets on, the tying run would be up next. Montgomery leads off over at second base. The 3-2 pitch. There's a bouncing ball. It's hit over towards the right side. Second baseman Chisholm has it. Underhanded throw over to first is in time. And Montgomery will head on over to third base. 1 out in the bottom of the 11th. Okay. Oh, boy. Adolis Garcia just singled for the Texas Rangers. Wow. 1 gone in the bottom of the 11th. And the pitch to the next batter is swung on and missed. That is Will Robertson, who was hitless in 4 at-bats. The 0-1, that's low and outside for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike. So Will Robertson. 4 seconds left on the pitch clock. Here's the 1-1. That is just high for ball 2. It was a cutter. In the Cubs game, Pete Crow Armstrong is leading it off in the top of the 7th. 2 balls, 1 strike, though, to Will Robertson. Yankees trying to shut the door. The 2-1 is way outside for ball 3. Three and 1 is the count. The 3-1 pitch to Robertson. Swing and a ground ball hit towards the right side. Chisholm scoops it up, throws it over to first. A run will score for the White Sox. However, they're now down to their final outs with nobody on. So they're now one batter away from getting the tying run up to the plate. And Edgar Quero, or Caro that is due up. Okay, let's go. Duvall 1 out away from getting the save. Pitch number 1, foul ball. Caro got a piece of it. Rangers are providing pressure. They have runners on at first and third. We'll head there after this pitch. The 0-1 is in there for strike 2. And so it's no balls, 2 strikes. Here in the bottom of the 11th. Duvall with 15 pitches. He needs 1 more strike to get the save. Here's the 0-2. It's outside for a ball. The A's and Rangers are still on. That game is in the bottom of the second. The top of the second, excuse me. The 1-2 on the way, and Caro stays alive. It's a 1-2 count to Elvis Caro. The 1-2 pitch, another foul ball. Kyle Higashioka is up for the Rangers. He just took strike 1. One and 2 to Caro. Out at right field. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and the ball game is over. Camilo Duvall gets the save, and the Yankees are able to hang on and win by a score of 5-3. Meanwhile, we got ourselves 2 Diamond Zone alerts, and we're now going to go check up on those 2 late games. There's also one more going on, too. Kyle Higashioka just hit an RBI single for the Texas Rangers to give them a 1-0 lead. And oh, by the way, Ohtani is coming up with 2 runners on. Miguel Rojas just got on with a double for the Dodgers. So Ohtani is up. First pitch to Shohei, and he flies this one out to left field. Gurriel Jr. makes the catch. Kike Hernandez tags up. The throw to the plate is in time. He got him. Oh, what a throw out in left field by Gurriel. Hernandez did not even slide, and he got swiped right on the knee for out number 2. A stellar throw by Gurriel, and a heck of a swipe by Marino as well. That was great defense. It took a hop. It was a skip pass, and Hernandez was out. They are challenging this, the Dodgers. So we will see if the call will stand. But with that in mind, let's go back over to the A's game and check up on the Athletics. That was a heck of a throw. I don't know if he was out looking at the replay. I don't know. 2 outs, though, in the top of the second inning out in Sacramento. No balls, 1 strike. As to Hellman. Michael Hellman. I think he got him. Just barely at the belt. I think he swiped him right there. No balls, 2 strikes to Hellman in the top of the second with 2 runners on and 2 outs, and the 0-2 is outside for a ball. They're still reviewing this. 1-2 pitch on the way, and that is up high for ball 2. We still got 3 games left. That Yankees-White Sox game ended in wild fashion. The play stands, and he's out at the plate. The Yankees losing. The Yankees won, my friend. Yankees won 5-3. So 2 outs in the Dodgers game. And Mookie Betts is up with a runner on over at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch, swinging a fly ball hit out over towards left center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit into the left center field gap. Higashioka is being waved home, and it's now a 3-0 ball game. Josh Young scored, and so it's 3-0 on a 2-run double that was hit by Hellman for the Texas Rangers. Big swing by them. They needed that. That pitch was right down the heart and soul of the plate. All right. By the way, the Dodgers are going to the top of the 6th inning with no score. So we got 3 games left. Dansby Swanson is coming up to the plate for the Chicago Cubs. We're going to refresh this page because there's just 3 games left. One is still in the early stages. The pitch, and that's outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. I think we got another 2 hours of Diamond Zone. All that in the bag of chips. Amen to that. 1-0 to Swanson. Line drive, leaping catch by the second baseman, Freeman. And there is out number 2. That was a heck of a play by him. I stand corrected. That was actually a Ritter that made the catch. That was still really nice. Yeah, it was 5-3. That was the final score in the 11th. 1 ball, 1 strike. That is to Smith. And the pitch is taken inside for ball 2. If you missed it, well, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. just made an excellent throw, and Marino had the swipe of his career, really, after he caught it just to get Kike Hernandez out at the plate. Still can't understand why he didn't slide. And then Mookie Betts got robbed on a base hit on a diving catch by Blade Alexander. That's what happened. That's how he got out. So some game-saving plays by this Arizona Diamondbacks team. And Tyler Locklear is due up for them. But first, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes out in Sacramento. And the pitch on the way is flied out over towards center field by Smith. And the catch is made by Lawrence Butler right over towards the track for out number 3. The A's will go to the bottom of the second. They're down 3-0 against the Texas Rangers. And they'll be back in just a few moments. And with that, let's go over to the Dodgers game. All right, let's check up on those Dodgers. No balls, 2 strikes. Actually, that's not the Dodgers. That's the Rockies. Rockies are going to the bottom of the 7th. That was Fernandez who just, or Kittredge who just was able to get Fernandez to strike out. Oh, we weren't even catch up to the game. We're not even catched up. We're not even caught up. All right. No balls, 1 strike to Vargas. And the 0-1 is fouled away. And that is in the Arizona game. So there we go. So we got Diamondbacks, Dodgers. We got Rangers and A's. And we got Cubs and Rockies. Now we're able to follow along. Sorry about the little delay there. Who's pitching for the Dodgers, you're probably wondering. Great question. For the Dodgers, they have Tyler Glasnow on the bump. 5 1/3 is not allowed a hit. 1-2 on the way. Ground ball hit over towards third base. And the throw to first, not in time. And just like that, well, the Diamondbacks get the first hit, their first hit of the ball game. So Tyler Glasnow just lost his no-hitter on cue. And Vargas was able to get on with an infield single. Ildemaro Vargas with an infield single. Eduardo Rodriguez, 5 innings for him, 4 hits allowed, no runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And Geraldo Perdomo is due up, and he takes a called strike. The Rockies are in the bottom of the 7th. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards right field. That's going to be caught right in front of the track for out number 2. See, you jinxed them. Yeah, they're in real time. That happened 20 seconds before I even said anything. It did. It literally happened in real time before I even said something. So you can't even blame me. The 0-2, and that's taken down for a ball. If we were at the game while I said it just now, it would have already been a hit, so we would have been late. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Geraldo Perdomo, and the pitch. Ground ball hit over towards the right side. Second baseman has it, throws it over to first. And so the runner from first goes over to second base. That's Ildemaro Vargas. Oh, yeah. See, I got you there. That would have happened just in real time. That would have been a little bit late. Half flame. Yes. 2 outs. And so the go-ahead run is over at second. Ketel Marte is now due up. And Marte sends this one out towards right center field. Pages gets under it, though, makes the catch. We're going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And they'll be back in just a few moments, the Dodgers and Diamondbacks. The only game that's not in a break right now are the Texas Rangers and A's. 1-2, swing and a miss to J.J. Bleday. There's out number 2 in the bottom of the 2nd. So this is when things start to slow down. We were in the guts of a lot of games. And now things have slowed down. And then hopefully they'll pick back up in just a little bit. It's 3 games left. This is where things become manageable. We need 23 more subs in order for us to get to 7,100. So Trey had a hell of a game tonight. I would say that you had a hell of a game when you're down to your final strike with bases loaded and you need to come through. So, yeah, I would say that you've had a hell of a game then. But, yeah, he did great tonight. Yeah, all jokes aside, he did. He had a very good game. Defensively, he was good and all that sort of stuff. 2 outs, bottom of the 2nd. A runner on over at second. Okay. There was a double that was hit. And Darnell Hernaiz, I believe, is due up. So Cortez got the double for the Athletics. Oh, we're awake. Don't you worry. This is where things start to slow up, though. The pitch is on the outside corner to Darnell Hernaiz for strike one. How about Rodriguez? 49 strikes, 75 pitches for Arizona. He's back out there for the bottom of the sixth. 0-1 to Hernaiz. Popped up, hit out over right behind the mound. First baseman is there. That's Rowdy Tellez. And the catch is made for out number 3. We're going to go to the top of the third. It's 3-0 Rangers. All right. Michael Busch is up for the Chicago Cubs. It's a 2-0 count to him. He just fouled a pitch right off his foot. Ouch. And Rodriguez is down in the count 2-1 to Smith. So we'll go double diamond with these two games. Not much action. The 2-1. And there's strike 2 taken at the knees all the way. Where is everyone? No one's talking. Everybody's tired. 2-2 pitch on the way. And there's a called ball. That looked like it was a strike. It's now 3-2 to Will Smith. They're doing the wave out in Colorado. It's a pretty big crowd out of Coors Field, really. 3-2 pitch. That's down for ball 4 to Will Smith, and he gets on with a leadoff walk to start off the bottom of the 6th for the Dodgers. Michael Busch is tied up in the count 2-2 for the Chicago Cubs. Again, that game is in the top of the 8th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That has to be a sold-out crowd at Coors Field. That is insane. Freeman is up for the Dodgers, and he takes ball 1. 2-2 pitch to Busch, and he gets himself a base hit as he finds the hole out in left field. And so the Cubs able to get on with a leadoff single from Michael Busch. Here's the 1-0 to Freeman, and he fouls it off. The count is 1-1. Wow, still nothing in the Dodgers-Arizona game. I'm very surprised. I am too. Doug says I have no sound. Exit out of the app. Yeah. It happens. It's been happening to me too. Kyle Tucker is up for the Cubs. We're going to go double diamond. We're going to go double D. 2-1 pitch to Freeman, and that's taken for strike 2. The pitch to Tucker. Line drive caught at first base. Busch will get caught into a rundown. The throw to second is in time. That is a 3-6 double play. And there are 2 gone with nobody on in the top of the 8th out at Coors Field. That changes everything for the Cubs. Unlucky. The count is full to Freddie Freeman. Can you hear me now? I got you, Paul. You get that joke? I hope you got that. 3-2 pitch to Freddie, and that's down low for ball 4. And Eduardo Rodriguez is in a pickle. 2 base runners on for the Dodgers as they tried to take the lead in the bottom of the 6th. Let's go back to Seiya Suzuki, who's up for the Chicago Cubs. The 0-2 pitch to Seiya, and he just fouls it off. There's a timeout taken in the Dodgers game. Arizona pitching coach will go out there to have a conversation. Rangers and A's are in the top of the third with 1 out. Yeah, Paul from Verizon. That's correct. I actually thought that was Sprint. Did Sprint get bought out by Verizon? Or was that AT&T that bought them out? No balls, 2 strikes to Seiya Suzuki. And the 0-2 is up high for ball 1. Teoscar Hernandez due up now for the Dodgers. We'll peek back on them in just 1 second. Suzuki's 1-2 pitch from Mejia. Here it comes, and that's outside for ball 2. Teoscar fouls off the first pitch. Back towards the screen. Two balls, 2 strikes to Seiya Suzuki. And the pitch again fouled back towards the screen. Hernandez is 0-1. Here it comes. It's up high for ball 1. Dodgers have runners on at first and second. Nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. The 2-2 to Suzuki. Swing and a miss. He strikes out, and we're going to the bottom of the 8th. Out of Coors Field. That's big there. The 1-1 to Teoscar. Another swing and a miss. He's down in the count 1-2. Cubs and Rockies going to the bottom of the 8th. By the way, Adolis Garcia is up for the Texas Rangers. That game is in the top of the 3rd with 1 out. Teoscar's 1-2 is up high for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Andy Pages. Rodriguez not wasting any time. Gets set at the belt. The 2-2 to Teoscar. Swing and a miss. A huge strikeout there from Eduardo Rodriguez. And Hernandez goes guessing. Let's go, KC. KC just played. Oof. Big strikeout there. Garcia for the Rangers did just fly out to right field, and there's 2 gone in the top of the 3rd out in Sacramento. Here comes Andy Pages, who takes way inside for ball 1. Dr. DeLay says he's alive. Dr. DeLay is alive. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you so much for coming on here. You're the man. 1-0 pitch. Foul ball to Andy Pages. Dr. DeLay, drop your link down below, my friend. We got some action starting to heat up again. We were in the midst of a war, really. It was just a war zone between the finishes of a lot of games. Got a wild finish with the Angels-Astros game, a wild one with the Royals game as well. Royals-Tigers was wild. Guardians-Mariners didn't really get to brush up on that a lot. And then Yankees and White Sox, those were good finishes. All right. So to start off the bottom of the 8th out in Colorado, it'll be a ground out that's hit by Tyler Freeman. There's out number 1 there. The Rangers, Rowdy Tellez just got on with a single, and there's now runners at the corners. Here's the 1-2 to Pages. Ground ball hit back towards the mound. The throw to second, there's 1. The throw to first, there's 2. How did the Diamondbacks escape? I don't know. But we're going to go to the top of the 7th, still scoreless out at Dodger Stadium. So there's some tension going on. And with that, we go back to Texas and A's. The pitch. That's a foul ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. I feel like every time we're on, the A's are always on. It's just how it goes. the A's are always like the late game. It's funny. It's either them or it's the Padres. The Padres, we really didn't even get to cover today. I've had enough of them. Just kidding. So 1 ball, 1 strike in the top of the third with 2 outs. In the 1-1, there's a fly ball hit out over towards center field, and that is going to go over the head of Lawrence Butler. The Rangers will get themselves easily another run. And it's now 4-0 on an RBI double hit by Josh Young. All right, let's go back to this Colorado game. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Hunter Goodman is up. Nobody on. The 1-1 to Goodman, swing and a miss. And so the count is 1-2. Who had Texas Rangers beating the Athletics? Let us know down below. 1-2 is the count to Hunter Goodman. Here's the windup in the pitch. That's outside and low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs. Higashioka steps back up for the Rangers as they try to add on some more runs. It's 1-0 to him. Goodman's 2-2. Ground ball hit over to third base, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 3. And so the Rockies are going to the top of the 9th inning. Carroll sends this one out to right field. That is long gone. 1-0 Arizona. And Arizona breaks the ice against the Dodgers. Corbin Carroll sends one out into the night and puts the D-backs up 1-0. By the way, we're going to the bottom of the third out in Sacramento. So with that, we stay in Dodgerland. 1-0 Snakes. Corbin Carroll with a homer that goes 411 feet. The 1-0 pitch, and that's down for ball 2 to Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Corbin Carroll, that's now home run number 28 for him on the season. Gurriel lines this one out to center field. That's going to get on by Pages. He tried to make a sliding stop. Gurriel's going to go for 2, and he's safe at second base. And he keeps his foot on the bag. So the Dodgers have something brewing in the kitchen. 2 extra base hits. One was a homer by Corbin Carroll. The other one is a double by Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Don't know what Pages was thinking there. He just thought that he could slide and try to make a stop, and then it bounced off his glove, went out towards left center, and thank goodness that the left fielder for the Dodgers was there to back that thing up. All right, 1-0 Arizona, top of the 7th. A runner on at second base, and the pitch is outside for ball 1. It's a 1-0 count to Blaze Alexander. Rockies are coming back on as they go to the top of the 9th inning. It's 4-3 Chicago. Victor Vodnik is going to pitch. Alexander takes the next pitch in there for strike 1. 1-1 is the count. Ian Happ is up for the Chicago Cubs. The pitch to Alexander. That's low for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Blaze Alexander. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ian Happ. The 1-1 to Happ. It's up high for ball 2. The throw to second, not in time to get Gurriel Jr. That thing was almost wide. A's are also back up. It's 2 balls, no strikes to Zach Geloff. Here's the 2-1 to Alexander. Fly ball hit out over towards right field. This one has a chance. It's going back towards the track, and that's going to hit off the top of the wall. Gurriel's going to fly. He's going to go on over to third base, and it will be held up there. I think that he thought that it was going to be caught by Teoscar, and Blaze Alexander gets on with a double. I thought for sure he was going to go, but I guess that it was a wise decision that he did not. Teoscar did have a good throw out in right field, but Teoscar just could not make the catch out in right center. He just missed it. So it must have been a wise decision. Gurriel took a chance and then said, you know what, I'm going to stop over at third base. Okay. We have a Diamond Zone alert. So the A's just got robbed on a base hit. A beautiful catch out in left field by Wyatt Langford to take away a big base hit for out number 1. And now Butler is up at the plate. Who was that was up? Good question. Pretty wild stuff. That was Zach Geloff that was up at the plate. He just lined out to left field. There's a ball hit out to deep center field by Butler, and that's gone. A solo shot for Lawrence Butler. And that makes it a 4-1 ball game out in Sacramento. All right. And with that, let's go back over to Coors Field. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes to Ian Happ. Vodnik kicks and fires the pitch. Ground ball towards the right side. Dive and stop by the second baseman. Throw over to first. Big play there for out number 1. 1 gone in the top of the 9th inning out at Coors Field. And in the Arizona ball game, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gabriel Moreno, who had an incredible swipe to get Kike Hernandez out on a beautiful throw from Lars Gurriel Jr. That was earlier in the ball game. The 2-2, fly ball hit out over towards deep center field. This will be deep enough to score Gurriel Jr. The tag is made over from second. The throw over to third. It's not in time, and it gets by the third baseman. And so the runner's going to come home and is safe as well. 3-0. Arizona able to extend their lead thanks to a sacrifice fly and a throwing error over to third base as well. Double tags, and just a bad throw after the throw was cut off, I believe, and Alexander was able to score. It wasn't cut off. That was just a bad throw by Pages, and the ball hit the bag, and Alexander was like, you know, I'm going to come on home and test the arm, and he did. 3-0 Snakes in the top of the 7th with 1 out. Some Little League action, if you will. The count is 0-1 to Jake McCarthy. And by the way, back to this Rockies-Cubs game. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Rooker sends one out to left, and it's gone. Back-to-back homers for the A's. Lawrence Butler and Brent Rooker go back-to-back in Sacramento. Wow. A lot of action in just these 3 games. That's pretty crazy. Brent Rooker's shot was absolutely murdered. Wow. Crazy. All right, let's go back to this Cubs game. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Pete Crow Armstrong. By the way, the A's just ended the 3rd inning, so they're now going to the top of the 4th. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big payoff pitch coming up to Pete Crow Armstrong. And the 3-2 on the way. Ground ball hit over to first base. First baseman's going to test Crow Armstrong, and he wins the race to the bag himself. We're going to go to the bottom of the ninth out at Coors Field. Rockies down 4-3 to the Chicago Cubs. With that, we go back to Dodger Stadium. It's 2 balls, no strikes to Tyler Locklear. The 2-0 pitch. Foul ball. Two balls, 1 strike to Tyler Locklear. Bryce Jarvis is getting loosened up in the bullpen. The 2-1 pitch. It's inside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ildemaro Vargas waits in the on-deck circle. Glass now with the 3-1 on the way. Ground ball hit over to second base. And Rojas has it, throws it over to first. We're going to the bottom of the 7th out at Dodger Stadium. 3-0 there. Corbin Carroll hits a solo home run. And, well, the Diamondbacks are able to go up 3-0. They also got 2 more runs thanks to a Gabriel Moreno sac fly and a throwing error from Andy Pajes to allow Blaze Alexander to score after Gurriel Jr. scored. And so a break in the action out at Dodger Stadium, and they're going to the bottom of the 7th. And with that, we pick right back up to this A's game as they're in the top of the 4th out in Sacramento. Barrett pitching, and the pitch to Ezekiel Duran is fouled away. It's 0-2. Hogan Harris is getting loosened up in the bullpen for the Athletics. Exactly, Doug. Exactly. Rockies are coming up for the bottom of the 9th inning, and we'll check up on them. Daniel Palencia is going to try to get the save for the Cubs, and the Rockies will try to play spoiler. The 1-2 pitch to Duran, and he flies it out over towards right field. The catch will be made by the right fielder J.J. Bleday for out number 1. Brenton Doyle is due up, and he will start off the bottom of the 9th inning for the Rockies. The count is 1-0. The pitch. That is down and away for ball 2. Palencia has been very shaky for the Cubs. Sort of kind of reminds you a little bit of Carlos Marmol. Two-0 pitch. It's a foul ball. But yet I agree, for sure. 2 balls, 1 strike to Brenton Doyle. For the Diamondbacks, they will send Bryce Jarvis out to pitch. The first pitch is taken for a ball. That's to Alex Call. The 2-1 to Doyle. Strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Brenton Doyle. Tying run up at the plate. The 2-2 pitch. It's up high for ball 3. And so the count is now full. In the Rangers game, Josh Young did just strike out. Alex Call is up for the Dodgers. 3-2 pitch to Doyle, and that is called a strike 3. And he does not agree with the call. That was a strike, though, and there's 1 away in the bottom of the 9th inning. Big strikeout there. Call still up for the Dodgers. The count is tied up 2-2 to him. And also, Smith just got out. Call pokes a single out to center field for the Dodgers. He's able to get on with a leadoff single in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Rockies will have Ezekiel Tovar due up with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning and nobody on. 6 pitches for Palencia, and the first pitch is grounded foul towards the first base side. Rangers and A's are going to the bottom of the 4th. So that inning is done. 1-2-3 inning there for Oakland's pitching. Sacramento's pitching. The ball is 1 strike to Ezekiel Tovar. Here's the 0-1. It's a ground ball hit over towards the right side. Pitcher Palencia has it. Tags Tovar himself, and there's out number 2. Kike Hernandez is up for the Dodgers. Count is 1-1 to him. And then Palencia, yep, he got him. He's out. So 1 more out to go out at Coors Field. Hernandez, by the way, just looked at strike 2. On deck for the Rockies is Jordan Beck. There was a timeout taken. Hernandez is 1-2, and the Dodgers game is outside for ball 2. Jarvis pitching for the Diamondbacks. Palencia on the mound with 1 out left to go in the bottom of the 9th inning out at Coors Field. The tying run is at the plate. Karros is up. First pitch, up high for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. In the bottom of the 9th inning to Kyle Karros. Palencia kicks, fires, and throws it low for ball 2. It's also 3-2 now. In the count to Kike Hernandez. 2 balls, no strikes to Karros. And the next pitch, fly ball hit out over towards right field. It's looking foul, and it will go out of play. The 3-2 to Kike, swing and a miss, and there's out number 1 in the bottom of the 7th inning out at Dodger Stadium. The A's are back on. There was a ground out to start off the bottom of the 4th from Jacob Wilson. 2-2 is the count now to Karros. And just like that, the Rockies are down to their final strike. It was a swing and a miss. Palencia gets set above the belt. He kicks, he deals, and there's a swing and a miss, and the ball game is over. Daniel Palencia able to get himself another save on the season, and the Chicago Cubs hang on and beat the Colorado Rockies by a final score of 4-3. Big win for the Cubs. They're now 78-58 on the season. The Rockies are now 38-98. Unbelievable. And so we got 2 games left to go in the night games. Wow, what a finish there. Okay. So we're going to go double diamond. We got Rangers and A's, and we got Dodgers and Snakes. 2-2 to Rojas. Fly ball hit out over towards left field. That's going to be caught for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So 2 games left. We got double diamond going on. Poor Rockies. Yeah, too bad. BW. J.J. Rodgers pitched well. That's a big win. Also, Rhino, I believe, got to 3K. I think that we got him over that hump, so that's a huge win, too. Let's just ring the bell. All right, we have a pitching change going on out in L.A., and with that, we're going to single on in to this Athletics game, which is still early. They're in the bottom of the fourth. 3-2 pitch, and that's a foul ball. Rodgers looked great today against the Giants, and the Giants were hot. They were really, really hot, so that's a big-time win for you guys. The offense was great, too, it seems. But that's good to hear that Rodgers did well. All right, 3-2 to Blade. Ground ball hit over towards the first base side. First baseman has it, tags the bag, and there is out number 2. Rhino and I are chatting later, I believe. Try and join in if possible. I can't. I got a phone call after this game is done. Somebody's filling on in for me tomorrow night, and I got to walk him through that. So I won't be able to join, unfortunately. Once this is done, I promised him that I would help him get everything set for tomorrow. Here's the pitch to Cortez, and that's outside. This is Carlos Cortez, who doubled in the second. 2 games left on this night in Major League Baseball. It is 11:09 p.m. Eastern Time. Still plenty of baseball left to go in this A's game. The 1-0 pitch, and there's a called strike. Taken at the knees. Andrew Salfrank will be on to pitch now for the Arizona Diamondbacks. 1-1, and that is down for ball 2. Shohei Ohtani is up for the Dodgers, but the 2-1 pitch is grounded foul from Cortez. Let's go back to this Dodgers game right now. One ball, no strikes. Bottom of the 7th. 2 outs, the pitch, and that's way outside for ball 2. BW is going to have a huge stream on Labor Day. It'll be his 300th Orioles game in a row that he has done. And so we're going to go and support him, and we're going to try to get him as many people on there as possible because it's a big day for him. And he's emphasized that. It's a big day. 300 games in a row, that's a lot. So I want us to go support him too, and I want us to go give him all the love that he deserves, give him all his flowers. I do. So we should definitely be there. And by we, I mean also you guys. I mean my whole community. 2-1 pitch. That is down and away for ball 3. All about the subs. Yes. Yes. For sure. Just want folks to sub it up. Sub it up and show love. That's it. That's it. That's all we got to do. Give him those watch hours as well. He deserves every single one of them. Here's the 3-1 to Shohei. Swing and a miss. And there is strike 2. Of course, brother. We also made our special announcement tonight, too. I'm excited about that. But yeah, did not forget about you. Did not forget about you. Runner goes. The 3-2 pitch is down for ball 4. And guess what? The tying run is coming up to the plate for the Dodgers as Ohtani takes first base. Now, let's catch you up on what happened in that Athletics game really quickly. How did they end the 4th inning? Well, that's a great question. What ended up happening was Cortez grounded out to 3rd on the 6th pitch. I will even roast all Mets and Braves players you want. Just be you, man. All right, Mookie Betts is now up. This A's game is in a break, and Betts takes a called strike at the knees on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike. In the bottom of the 7th inning, Andrew Salfrank is pitching, and it's getting to be a little bit dicey. Here's the 0-1, swinging a fly ball hit out over towards center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. And so 1 run will score. The throw from third is cut off, and the Dodgers are back in business. It's a 3-1 ball game on an RBI single by Mookie Betts. It's about to get good now. Welcome to the Diamond Zone, people. 2 games left on August 30th at 11:13 p.m. Eastern Time. Ohtani's at third, Betts is at first, and we got some drama. Meanwhile, we got a Diamond Zone update. Wyatt Langford just hit his 20th homer of the season for Texas. It's a solo shot, and they now lead it 5-2. If you have Wyatt Langford in fantasy, well, he just helped you out for sure. Soderstrom tried to, or Cortez that is, tried to rob him and couldn't do anything about it. And that's going to be it for Barnett. All right, so a pitch and change out in Sacramento, and Will Smith is up for the Dodgers. Back-to-back games, the pitch is down for a ball. This ain't some cheap knockoff cubic zirconia zone. This is Diamond Zone, baby! I get corny, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm good with it. 1-0 pitch. That was low, and it's called a strike. What are we talking about? One pitch. Swinging a fly ball again. Hit out over towards center field. It'll stay in the ballpark, though. And the catch will be made by the center fielder for out number 3. And we're going to go to the top of the 8th inning. So McCarthy makes the catch. It's 3-1 Diamondbacks. Betts able to get on with an RBI single. And that's all the damage that Arizona has to deal with. Okay. So they're going to the 8th inning. We got a break in both of these games. We'll catch you up really quickly with what is going on. So we got a 3-1 score out in L.A. That's going to the top of the 8th. And we got Rangers and A's still in the earlier stages. Now I'd say it's in the middle. When you're in the 5th inning, you're in the middle. You're in the middle. So Orioles won 11-1 as we look at some final scores. Padres, they slaughtered the Twins 12-3. The Yankees and the White Sox, well, it certainly got interesting, but the Yankees were able to hang on, and they won 5-3 in the 11th inning. That was quite a finish out there at Rate Field. The Cardinals won 4-2 against the Cincinnati Reds. Listen to this. The Mets were down 8-2 against the Miami Marlins. They tied it up 8-8, and the Marlins still beat them 11-8. That was wild as well. You got the Pirates beating the Boston Red Sox. They spanked them 10-3 today. I mean, that was not even close. The Rays were able to take care of business out in D.C., and they won 4-1. The Brewers, they were able to get a win out in Toronto. 4-1 was the win there. So, the Guardians also were able to hang on against the Mariners. Julio Rodriguez did hit a 2-run homer in the top of the 8th inning, and they ended up winning 4-3. The Kansas City Royals, the difference in that game was Bobby Witt Jr., who had a monster blast out to center field in the bottom of the 8th inning to put them up 3-1. It was a 2-run shot. And the Cubs, they hung on against the Colorado Rockies. And that game got close too. It was a 4-3 finish. So let's go back to Arizona very quickly. And the first pitch is taken for ball one. That's to Ildemaro Vargas. We're actually back in L.A. Arizona is up at the plate, though. 1 ball, no strikes. And the 1-0 pitch is a fastball at 99, taken right down Broadway for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Top of the 8th inning. And the 1-1 pitch is down and in for ball 2. They tried to see if he went. No, says the first base umpire. Adolis Garcia is also up for the Rangers, and he just lined a single out to right field for Texas. Man, their offense has shown up pretty early against the Athletics. Here's the 2-1 to Vargas, and he flies this one out to right field. Teoscar goes over towards the line, and he will make the catch, no problem, he says, for out number 1. And Geraldo Perdomo is due up for them. Perdomo has 15 homers this year and 87 RBI. He's been a run producer for them. Really. The pitch. That pitch is at 101. It's taken on the upper tier of the zone for strike one. Hoagie boy, you went to quite a game. I'm sure that the vibes were so high after Trey Turner got that walk-off base hit down to his final strike. That was wild. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was Trey Turner's best game of the season. That was nice. The 1-1 to Perdomo, and that's up high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Geraldo Perdomo. Enriquez on the mound for the Dodgers. And the 2-1 pitch, that's fouled off the foot of Perdomo. Insane game, great time. I'm sure. All right, so 2 games left tonight. It's Diamondbacks, Dodgers, and it's Rangers and A's. It's 5-2 Texas. The pitch, fly ball hit out over towards left field, and that is going to be caught. So Rowdy Tellez is the one who flies out to left for out number 2 in the 5th inning over in Sacramento. The count to Perdomo in the Diamondbacks-Dodgers game is 3-2, and he will call for time. Seeing the Durantula in person was amazing. Really something to see. It was so sick. I can't even imagine. 3-2 is the count to Perdomo. And the payoff pitch on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards right field. And Teoscar is there as he moves towards his left and makes the grab for out number 2. Here's the 1-0 to Young. And he fouls it off. All right, who are we pulling for? A's or Rangers? And also Diamondbacks or Dodgers? Who are we rooting for in these 2 games? The 1-1 to Josh Young, and he fouls it off. Marte swings and misses at the first pitch. If you have Josh Young, he has singled, doubled, scored a run, also has drove in a run too. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. D-backs over the Dodgers, says Hoagie boy. Toss bat to first, not in time. Doug says I'm going A's and Snakes. Ooh. 0-2 to Marte, line drive, base hit out to right field. And Ketel Marte gets on for the first time tonight for Arizona. And Corbin Carroll, who homered his last time up, that was back in the 7th inning, he'll get a chance to possibly do it again. It was off of Tyler Glass now. 1-2 is the count to Josh Young. And Young flies this one out to center field, that is. Butler's there, makes the grab, doesn't even have to move. And we're going to the bottom of the 5th. out in Sacramento. Let's go. 1 ball, no strikes to Corbin Carroll. Tiff and Jay are here. What's going on, guys? 1-0 pitch to Carroll. Fly ball hit out over towards center field, and that ball is going to hit off the top of the wall. Marte will stop over at third. He pumps the brakes, and Corbin Carroll gets on with a double. If that was a little bit higher, it would have went. If it was just a smidge higher, that would have cleared the wall out in center field at Dodger Stadium. But it's a double instead for Corbin Carroll. He goes caroling over to second base. That's his 27th double of the season. So what's that? He has 27 homers and 27 doubles. Is that correct? Yeah. 27 homers and 27 doubles. And we have a timeout taken. This Caleb Ferguson is going to go out there to have a conversation with his pitcher. A break in the action out in Sacramento as well, as that game goes to the bottom of the 5th. What's up, everybody? My Sun Devils are on, but saw Diamondzone was on and had to hop in here real quick. I'm with Hoagie Boy. Let's go, Diamondbacks. Your Sun Devils are on. Nice. How was NASCAR for you today? I did not get to watch any of the NASCAR races. I will probably watch the highlights of the playoffs pretty soon when I get the chance, which will probably be tomorrow. Lars Gurriel Jr. is coming up for the D-backs. And the first pitch is taken on the inside corner for strike 1. We are 22 subscribers away from 71 hundo. The pitch, fly ball hit out to left field, and that ball is caught by Wyatt Langford. Darnell Hernandez got robbed on a homer out in Sacramento. Highway robbery by Wyatt Langford. That was a heck of a catch. He brought it back in. He hung onto the ball, reached over the wall, and caught it. Crazy. Gurriel Jr. is up, and the 1-1 is swung on and missed for strike 2. That is one of those things that you can just put into the books and say to yourself, look what I got. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Lars Gurriel Jr. and the 1-2 swing and a miss. A huge strikeout there from Henriquez. We're going to the bottom of the 8th out at Dodger Stadium. It's still a 3-1 ball game there. Back to this A's game. 5-2 is the score. And the 0-2 to Zach Geloff is swung on and missed for strikeout number 2 by Kelly. And also out number 2 as well. That was a heck of a catch. You'll have to watch that. Comes Lawrence Butler. He homered his last time up. And he takes outside for ball 1. A solo homer back in the 3rd. 1 ball, no strikes to Lawrence Butler. Here's the 1-0, swing and a miss. That pitch was high. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Five seconds left on the pitch clock. The 1-1 to Butler, and he looks at strike 2. Hit on the upper tier of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Lawrence Butler. Kelly gets set at the letters, kicks and deals, and the pitch is inside for ball 2. We got another episode of Diamond Zone tomorrow afternoon. We hope to see you guys on there. I will not be on tomorrow night, but we do have somebody filling on in for us. And he will be on for the Phillies game tomorrow night. 2-2 pitch, and there's a ground ball pulled over towards the right side. Second baseman has it, and we're going to go to the top of the 6th inning out in Sacramento. As we go to the bottom of the 8th out at Dodger Stadium, Freddie Freeman is due up at the plate right on cue. And the first pitch to Freddie, fly ball hit out to right field. It'll stay in the ballpark, though, and the catch is made by Corbin Carroll for out number 1. All rise, all sit down. Oof. There's one out in the bottom of the 8th. The Tiffy time soundbite. Ooh. That I have to look up. I gotta look that up. Tiffy time soundbite. BW does awesome too. He does. Teoscar's up. And he looks at ball 1. Oh, I'll have to. If you can, post the link down below. I'll look at it on the chat replay. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards deep center field. That's going back towards the track, but that's caught by Jake McCarthy just in front of the wall. And there are 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tomorrow we got Cardinals and Reds at 12:10. And then we go all the way to 4:30. 4:40, that is. Yeah. Go up until the end of the Marlins-Mets game. That's what we'll do. The ball is 1 strike. Jake Woodward is warming up in the pen. Andy Pages up at the plate. The 0-1 to Pages. Line drive, foul ball. A's are back from their break as they go to the top of the 6th. It's 5-2 Texas. These are the final 2 games on. We had a lot of madness when we first came on. It was pretty chaotic. Now we're settling down. 0-2 pitch to Pages, and he says no thank you to the curve. Tiffany just thought it would be funny. Yeah, post the link down below if you find it. Or I could just look it up. 1-2 pitch to Pages. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Pitch was inside. Kyle Higashioka is back up for the Texas Rangers if you have him in fantasy. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards deep left field, and that ball is going to be caught. Another nice catch out in left field. That time it was Cortez. Something is in the air out in left field. We've had 2 home runs that were robbed in this game. That is unbelievable that just happened. Unreal, really. Crazy stuff. That actually would have been a home run. And Cortez able to catch it and slam into the wall, leap up, make the catch, hang on to it on the way down, and there's 1 big out in the 6th inning. Some incredible defense in this game. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss to Andy Pages, and we're going to go to the top of the 9th inning out at Dodger Stadium. No worries, my friend. I'll go check it out. All right, and with that, let's go back to this Rangers-A's game. 1-1 pitch, and that's inside for ball 2. Way inside. I don't know how Cortez caught that. I don't know how he did that. He had to really concentrate to turn his head back and just go towards that wall, leap up and catch it, and then on his way down, I mean, it hit the heel. It didn't even hit the pocket of the glove. Hit like the top part of the glove. He didn't snow cone it, but for him to still hang on to it, that was awfully impressive. 2-2 pitch to Duran, or Ezekiel Duran, that is, and that's fouled back towards the screen. See, now I'm so used to saying Duran. All right. One gone in the top of the 6th inning. 2 games left. It's Rangers and A's and Diamondbacks and Dodgers. Dodgers are going to the top of the 9th. Diamondzone. Rising Rhino, congratulations on 3K. I'm so happy for you, man. The pitch. Ground ball, base hit out over towards the third base side. It's an infield single as Hernandez dropped the ball. But I think that they're just going to rule it as a base hit. All right, so the Rangers are trying to add on to their lead. Congratulations to you, my friend. You are awesome. The pitch to Michael Hellman, swing and a miss. A big 2-run double for him back in the 2nd inning. Rhino, you did it, though. You deserved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did it because you streamed. And you worked your tail off for it. So, I may have helped you, but guess what? This was for you, man. Love you, brother. The ball is 1 strike. And the 0-1, and that is on the inside corner for strike 2. Getting the 3K subs would be so much better if I just buy subs. Man. No balls, 2 strikes. You're funny. The pitch, ground ball, and a sliding stop, but it gets off the glove of Hernandez, and everybody's going to be safe for the Rangers here in the top of the 6th inning. Oh, boy. We love rating you. Absolutely we do. Oh, man. Rhino brings the energy. Like, this guy just, he has a cup of coffee, and then he just goes hard. I love it. I absolutely love it. By the way, Blaze Alexander grounds one over towards shortstop. The throw over to first is not in time. Anyhow, Freddie Freeman could not even dig it out. So a leadoff infield single to start off the 9th inning out at Dodger Stadium. So it's just these 2 games. We're just switching back and forth and back and forth. There we go. Let's go to Josh Smith, who is now up for the Texas Rangers. He's 0 for 3 with a pair of groundouts and a flyout as well. Ferguson pitching for the Athletics. And the 0-1 pitch. That misses inside for a ball. The guy that's up for the Diamondbacks, it's Gabriel Marino. He's ahead in the count 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to Gabriel Marino. And 1 ball, 1 strike to Josh Smith. The 1-1 to Smith, and he shows bunt, bunts it over towards the third base side, and it just rolls foul before it reaches the third base bag. So he has to go back to the plate. It's now 1-1 to Gabriel Marino. 1-1 to Marino, and a 1-1 count, 1-2 count, that is, to Smith. The 1-1 to Marino, it's down for a ball. The runner goes over to second, and he is safe. Blaze Alexander with a steal. All right, the pitch to Smith, and that's outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Josh Smith, and 2 balls, 1 strike to Gabriel Marino. Marino's pitch from Yates, and that's popped up. It's hit out towards shallow center field. That's caught, and there's 1 out in the top of the 9th. Meanwhile, Smith just fouled off a pitch, and the count is 2-2. Up to bat for the Diamondbacks is Jake McCarthy. Josh Smith is still batting for the Texas Rangers. The 2-2 pitch. Fly ball hit out towards center field. And that's going to be caught by Butler as he maneuvers towards his right side. And there's out number 2. Here comes McCarthy, and the pitch to him. Line drive, hit out over towards center field, and that is caught by Andy Pages. The throw over to second base, that's going to hit off the bag. And so the runner, Alexander, will go over to third. The throw is not in time. An excellent catch by Andy Pages on a slide. And then he threw it over to second. It bounced off the glove of Rojas that actually hit his glove on the tip. And yet he could not catch it. So there's 2 outs in the 9th inning. Pages with some questionable plays. I didn't really think that was a bad throw. It was just not a good catch, but it could have been a better throw for sure. All right, so up to bat now is Tyler Locklear in the Arizona game. 2 outs, a runner on at third. The pitch is down for a ball. In this Texas game, Wyatt Langford is down in the count 0-2. They're only in the top of the 6th here, but they're still adding pressure on the A's. Time is called in Texas, or in Sacramento, that is. The 1-0 to Locklear. A check swing foul ball. 1-1 is the count to him. Here's the 0-2 to Langford, and that ball's flied out to right field. It's caught, though, by Soderstrom, and the inning is over. A's are going to the bottom of the 6th. They trail by 3 runs. Here's the 1-1 to Locklear, and that's down in the way for ball 2, and just one game to focus on in the meantime. What's up, chat? Charge! 2-1 pitch. Another foul ball from Tyler Locklear. Two balls, 2 strikes. And 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Yates kicks, deals, and the pitch is down for ball 3. The count is full. Ildemaro Vargas waits in the on-deck circle. Yeah, we tried to do that today. 3-2, and that's down for ball 4. And so there's a runner on over at first. Actually, sorry, we didn't do it today. We rated him on Friday. Sorry, I'm like mixing up my days. I apologize. Was it Friday or Thursday? Oh my gosh, I'm like mixing up my days now. It's unbelievable. But yeah, don't you worry. We're definitely going to try to be there once he gets to that 35K marker. We're going to try to get him there too. 2 outs, top of the 9th. I will not be streaming tomorrow night, though. I will have a substitute for me, so I don't think that he's going to... I'll try to remind him to do it, but he might forget. The pitch, and that is outside for a ball. Sheila called you yesterday, JJ. I know, I talked to him. I talked to him afterwards. And I talked to him the night before. Actually, I didn't talk to him on the phone last night. I texted with him. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch in the air. Hit out to right field. Vargas goes deep. It's 6-1 Arizona. Ildemaro Vargas opens up the floodgates for the Snakes. That was huge. Nice. That was clutch. Absolutely clutch. 2 outs, top of the 9th, and the pitch to Perdomo, and that is taken for a called strike on the inside corner. No balls, 1 strike. Shea Langeliers, by the way, is up for the Athletics. It's a 5-2 game in the bottom of the 6th, and the count is 2-2. 6-1 Snakes. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Yates kicks, deals, and the pitch is off the plate for ball 2. Let's go, chat. Come on. Woo! Charge! 2 balls, 1 strike to Geraldo Perdomo. Oh, Kirby Yates. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. That ball is swung on and missed for strike 2. It's still 3-2, by the way, the Shea Langeliers. Yes. Yes, Tiff and Jay. Yes. We made the announcement tonight. I will post a video about it again later. But we are doing a charity stream on that day. Excuse me. 2-2, line drive caught over at second by Miguel Rojas. And there is out number 3. So, all right. We are going to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's 6-1 Arizona. Bottom of the 9th coming on up out at Dodger Stadium. So that'll be fun. All right. Brent Rooker is up at the plate. We'll see how he does. Shea Langeliers must have struck out. Got a lot of good things going on now. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Let's go, JJ. That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's our first charity stream. The pitch. Ground ball hit over to third base. The throw over the first is in time. Yep. There's out number 2. Yeah. So, long story short, I made the announcement tonight. On Monday, it's the 5-year anniversary of my brother passing away. And so I had an older brother who had really severe special needs. His disorder was called familial dysautonomia. So he passed away, and that was back in 2020. I miss him very dearly, and I wanted to do my first philanthropy stream and do some charity, and we're going to raise money for that, and we're going to be live for 15 to 16 hours that day, and it's going to be a lot. But we're going to have some guests on. We're also going to get somebody that also has FD, and we're going to raise awareness for it. I have a PowerPoint presentation that I'm going to do, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It really is. I think that you guys will enjoy it. I am trying to get some special guests to come on too, like some professional players. I'm just not saying who it is because I don't know yet if I'm going to be able to get them, but I'm really, really trying. And so over the next couple of weeks, you'll hear me promote more of it. But yes, that's what's going on. I don't really want to fully repeat everything. I understand that people don't know, and that it's just new. So I'm going to have to, repeat some of it. I will post an announcement, and I will also post a video about it, but that's going to be great. I'm sorry, JJ, you'll be the real MVP. I'll tell folks at work and my family will join for sure. Thank you so much. And again, I don't have a goal in mind. I just want to get people to come on, and I want, whoever can donate will be able to donate. If you can't do it, though, no pressure, really. It's my first one. I just figured it would be a really, really good first charity stream. You know what I'm saying? All right, bottom of the 9th inning. Let's get back to business. Let's talk about some baseball. That's incredible. Thank you. Yes. Want to try to do some good. That's what I stand for. Bottom of the 9th, 1 away. There was a line out to right field. Kike Hernandez is up, and Hernandez fouls off the next pitch, the first pitch of this at-bat. All right, so it's 6-1, bottom of the 9th. No balls, 1 strike to Kike Hernandez. Alex Call is the one who lined out. Woodford pitching. 0-1 pitch. Foul ball. Yeah, we're going to do Diamond Zone that day. That'll be from like 1 p.m. till 1 a.m. We will have a break, though, from 6 o'clock to 7. So we're going to use that window, and that'll be really cool. We'll have content during that hour, and then we have content before that, and, of course, after Diamond Zone. I expect that we're going to be on till like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be wild. It all depends on when the Giants-Dodgers game finishes. Because that game's at 10:10. That's the late game. 1-2. That misses low for ball 2 to Kike Hernandez. By the way, Jock Peterson is now up at the plate for the Texas Rangers as they get started the top of the 7th. 2-2. And the pitch is inside for ball 3 to Kike. If you have Sean Newcomb in fantasy, he's now pitching for the Athletics. Back to the Dodgers game, though. The payoff pitch just fouled off back over towards the screen. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, bottom of the 9th inning. Out at Dodger Stadium. Three balls, 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. And Hernandez crying wolf to the ref. And there's out number 2. So the Dodgers down to their final strike. And we do have a Diamond Zone red alert. Jock Peterson just got on with a double. Another former Dodger. So, yes, there is a leadoff double. The pitch to Rojas. That ball's grounded over to shortstop. It's picked up by Perdomo. The throw over to first is in time. And there is out number 3. So the Snakes are able to hang on, take care of business against the Dodgers. And the ball game is over out in L.A. Okay. 1 game left to go. We got 14 games down and 1 left. Oh, man. JJ, can you link your shorts in so you can take some breaks during the stream as well? Scott, trust me, I'm gonna be good. I have stuff planned. I do. I got some nice stuff planned. So I will definitely be able to take breaks. I'll be able to get some water up here. It's gonna be good. I got things planned. Don't you worry. Alrighty, bottom of the 7th. A runner on over at second. JJ, I know you'd like an update on how Ralphie is. I got some. Oh man. No balls, 2 strikes. Man. I'm really sorry. Yeah, absolutely. My hotline is wide open. Yeah. 610-314-0844. Text the hotline. For sure. If you don't feel comfortable sharing it on here, that's totally fine. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. That is outside for ball 2. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Moore is up at the plate. And Newcomb is pitching. The 2-2 pitch. That is taken on the outside edge for strike 3. Somebody said, can you stop playing that tonight? And I'm like, nope. They said that it's really annoying. I'm like, I've never heard that complaint before. First, I thought they were talking about the bell. I just kept playing that for them. Here comes the pitch, and that's taken on the outside edge for strike 1 here in the top of the 7th inning. Josh Young, 2 for 3 with a single, a double, a run scored, and an RBI as well. Here's the 0-1 pitch, foul ball. It was funny. He's like, dude, I hate that sound effect. Stop playing it. And I'm like, what, this? Yo, how about this? 0-2. Fly ball hit out over towards right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. The Texas Rangers will get themselves another run. Josh Young has been an athletic destroyer today. Then I thought it was the air horn. And then he said, no. That one. The cha-ching. Ay, ay, ay. I had to. Okay, the pitch, and that's outside for a ball. Then we had one guy that came on and was like, literally, he's like the guy, like after the Braves took the lead, I told you that they were going to win. I told you. And I'm like, bro, okay. I'll just stop streaming. I'll just stop streaming, and yeah, ball game's over. That's it. There's no bottom of the 10th. Nope. Once whoever scores first wins, right? That's the new rules of baseball in 2025, according to this psycho fan. Oh, yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 7th. There's 2 outs. It's 6-2 Texas. Kyle Higashioka is up at the plate, and the pitch is down for ball 2. All right, I'm going to turn on the iPad because I would like to read this message. So we're going to get this game on the iPad. 2-2 pitch, line drive, base hit out to left field. And another run is going to score as the throw is off the line. It's now 7-2 Texas. Actually, I'll wait till there's a break. Once there's a break, I am going to take a step off. I will. Don't get me wrong. All right. Once there's a break in the action, I will take a step off. Because I do need to stretch. And I will. 7-2 Texas Rangers. This game is not close right now. And so that is going to be it for Sean Newcomb, as Ezekiel Duran is coming up to the plate, and we're going to take a step aside. All right, I will be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. All right, we are here in the top of the 7th inning with 2 outs. The count is 0-2, by the way. That is to Ezekiel Duran. No balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, really sorry. 0-2 pitch. It's popped up. It's hit out right behind home plate. And that is a foul ball. That one goes out of play. But yeah, text on in to the hotline. We love you so much, Shante. The ball is 2 strikes. Bottom of the 7th. 2 outs. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. I'm sending you a hug. There's my hug to you. One, 2. And a called strike 3 at the knees. And we're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. All right. A's are coming back up. We still got plenty of baseball left in this. You're getting a big hug from the Diamondzone crew. You're not only getting love, but you're also getting more than just that. You're getting lots of well wishes and condolences and, you know, all that type of stuff. We care, man. We care about our crew, the people that show up, the people that give the time. We care. We do. No matter, this is exactly why you never know how somebody is feeling, right? You don't know. You don't know what somebody is going through, and it's always, to me, important to try to, you know, read a room and try to shed a light on things. And just by being here, I think that sheds a light, even during dark times, you know? I've been here through like my toughest times, and I've always said that sometimes I don't even want to press record. I don't. Sometimes. It sounds weird. But then I think about you guys. Some of y'all rely on me. If I don't show up, I mean, no one's going to tell me no, but I feel like I got to do this for you guys, and you guys are the ones that I do this for. I don't just do this for me. It sounds selfish, but I really do it for you guys. I want to create a positive space. All we talk about is baseball when we do our Diamondzone stuff. It's really unique. It's raw. It's cool. And late nights with Diamondzone, I cherish. I cherish the quality time that you and I get to spend. You know? The pitch. There's a called strike. Here's the 0-1. There's a ground ball back up the middle for a base hit by Jacob Wilson. And a leadoff single to start off the bottom of the 7th inning. But Shante, the hotline is always open. The hotline's always open, so please text anytime. It's open 24/7. I might not always respond to people because I don't like to mess around with my phone. But, you know, for you, I got you. You're a real one. Toss back over to first, and that is not in time. You can email me too. The pitch. There's a ground ball hit towards the right side. Second baseman has it, throws it over the second for one. That's all that they're going to get. JJ, I appreciate it. I don't get the games on TV unless it's the Fox National games, so I look forward to your streams. And I appreciate that. I like the sense of community. I think that really brings a layer to this that cable does not have. I just feel that way. I'm telling you, Harry Kalas would have loved this. I think Vince Scully would have gotten a kick out of this. Is it different? Yes. I think he would have liked it if he was, around my age and, grew up in this type of an era. I think he would absolutely love it. Bottom of the seventh, the pitch. Line drive, base it out to right field. The runner from third is being waved home. The throw is not in time. He scored all the way from first base, and it's now a 7-3 ball game. Cortez gets himself an RBI double, and the A's, well, if they can get another run home, they're back in business. Wow. They're not done yet. They are not done yet, the A's. J.J. Bleday scored all the way from first base. And so we have a timeout on the mound. Let's go. Okay, well, it would still be nice if the damn A's could get a rally together and make this interesting. Steve's like, all nice with that cute talk and everything. Let's focus on baseball. Let's get back into business, A's. Let's go. I got you, man. I got you. Bruce Bochy's actually going to go out there. He went out there pretty late, and that's going to be it for Merrill Kelly. Darnell Hernaiz is due up, and so we have a pitching change. The only games I see for free are on MLB. That's why I'm here on JJ and the Philly Freaks. It's not just about the game. It's about everyone here, says Scott. Yeah, and also it's about creating other communities too. This is something fresh that we're doing, and I'm hoping that we can be pioneers with this and make our mark in baseball YouTube history. I know it sounds corny right now. I mean this. I really mean this. We're sacrificing a lot for this. But I want to get other play-by-play people on here. And I want us all to grow as the sport of baseball grows, and even the other sports too. But this, to me, is the future. And the future is here today. So we can't talk about Taylor and Travis getting engaged. Also kidding. Your gym teacher. Yeah. The English teacher and the gym teacher. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm happy. Very happy for them. I mean, they are crazy in love. And it's really great. I think that they're a great match. Talk about them being on the screen for too long on the NFL games. Their relationship is so nice. It really is. Like, they are not bad people at all. And I'm really happy. I'm really happy for the both of them. You guys know me. I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. I love her music, and I like Travis as a player. I respect him. But yeah, that's good. Jacob Webb is going to pitch as we go to the bottom of the seventh inning. There's one out 46 games for him. Darnell Hernandez is up, and the pitch is fouled away. Shante smiled. Let's go! Let's go! Yes. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hernandez in the box, and the pitch. Did that hit him? It got him. They call it a foul ball. It's a foul ball. I don't know. It did get a piece of the bat. Looking at that replay, man, the screen is so small on the phone. 1-2 pitch, and that's just outside for ball 2. I'm too lazy, though, to open back up the other pieces of technology. Two balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch, and that's down low and outside for ball 3. So the count is now full at 3-2. Zach Geloff waits in the on-deck circle. Webb gets set at the belt, and the 3-2 pitch, ground ball, hit over to first base, and the throw back over to second is not in time. It was caught. It was a sinking line drive for out number 2. I don't know how he caught it over at first, but he did. It was Nathaniel Lowe. So a big second out there. That thing was roped. Really. And now Zach Geloff is up. And the pitch. That was low. And it's called a strike. What the heck? Man. 0-1 is the count to Geloff. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That pitch was in the dirt. Can we get a limited edition Tay Garage beer out of it? A Tay Garage beer? That would be funny. 0-2 to Geloff. And see, that pitch is called a ball. But the previous pitch that was thrown before was even lower. And that was called a strike. Call a spade a spade. The 1-2 pitch, and there's a called strike 3. And Geloff is down on strikes. We're going to go to the 8th inning. It is 7-3 Texas as they take on the Athletics. All right. Who is Taylor and Travis? 2 dudes getting engaged. You sound just like Jack. Jack Dwight said, Taylor who? Oh, funny. All right, I'm going to take one more step off. I'm going to go stretch one more time. I'll be right back in less than 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. See you soon. Michael Hellman is due up at the plate as we start off the top of the 8th inning. Bido is pitching, and the 0-1 is fouled away. This is the final game. This is it. And once this game is done, so are we. No balls, 2 strikes. In the top of the 8th inning, Hellman is up at the plate. And the 0-2 is outside and low for ball 1. We still got 21 people rocking with us. That is awesome. I'll take that. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 1-2 is popped up and hit out over towards shallow left field. And so the catch will be made for out number 1. That was by Cortez. All right. When we go to the break, we'll break down some of the final scores and do some of the wrap-ups. And then we'll go to the bottom of the 8th, and then we'll finish doing that once the 8th inning is done. And then we'll just focus on this final game. The ball is 1 strike. Cade Smith is up at the plate. 0-1 pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards shallow center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Jacob Wilson could not make the catch there. It went into no man's land. The left fielder, the center fielder, and the shortstop tried to get over to it, and nobody could catch it. And so there's a 1-out single by Cade Smith here in the top of the 8th inning. Nice. 1 gone in the 8th. 7-3 Rangers. If we did Diamondzone at the beginning, it would have started at 3:05. Really would have started at 3 o'clock. So we'd be 9 hours and 16 minutes into this stream. Maybe 9 hours, 16 minutes. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a ground ball hit sharply over the third. The throw to second, there's 1. The throw over to first, that is not in time. It's like that when the English teacher and the gym teacher get together at lunch. Is that like when the English teacher and the gym teacher get together for lunch? There's what like that? I get the joke, but I'm wondering what it was that I said that makes it like that. Two outs, top of the 8th. And there's 1 out. Oh, you're saying when I'm doing 2 things at once? Yes. Yeah. I'm marrying the 2 things together. Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. 1-0 pitch. Yeah, okay. I hear myself now. Yeah. Trying to do 2 things. Yeah. 2 balls, no strikes. Jock Peterson is up. And the 2-0 is popped up out over towards shallow left field. Where's it going to go? Hernandez has room and makes the catch right by the left field line. We are going to the bottom of the 8th inning out in Sacramento. And with that, let's start recapping the final score of some games today. The Brewers, they won 4-1 against the Toronto Blue Jays. That was a big-time win for them. Aaron Ashby got the win. Jeff Hoffman got the loss. He is now 8-6. And Abner Uribe with his 4th save of the season. Jackson Chourio was back in the lineup today. He hit a solo home run. Christian Yelich also homer 2. If you have Isaac Collins, he also had himself an RBI double. Vladdy did get a sacrifice fly as well. Chourio 2 for 4, Yelich 2 for 4, Collins 2 for 4. And for the Blue Jays, nobody had 2 hits. Bo Bichette did go 1 for 4 in the game. Gosman, though, 7 innings for him, 4 hits allowed, 1 earned run, no walks, and 8 strikeouts. So he did his job for the Toronto Blue Jays. And Quinn Priester went 6 innings, allowed 5 hits, no runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. The Nationals, they lost 4-1 to the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays were able to win. Josh Lowe homered twice, and Ryan Pepiot threw 5 scoreless innings against the Washington Nationals. He struck out 6 batters. He walked 3. Also, Lowe drove in all 4 runs. James Wood did get himself an RBI single, and that was the lone run that was scored from Washington. The Marlins were up 8-2. The Mets came back and tied it 8-8. And the Marlins were able to hang on, get the lead back first and foremost, and put up 3 extra runs, and the Mets could not respond 11-8. Connor Norby had 3 RBI in the last 3 innings, and the Miami Marlins were able to win 11-8. That was the final score there. Ramirez went 2 for 5. Heriberto Hernandez 2 for 4. Eric Wagaman went 2 for 3 with 2 RBI. Norby had 2 runs scored and 3 RBI too. And then Joey Wiemer went 3 for 5 with 3 RBI as well. Juan Soto homered twice in that ball game. Francisco Lindor also hit a solo shot. And Mark Vientos hit himself a 3-run homer. Let's go Yankees. Half the fan base gave up, says Max. What's up, Max? How are you? And so we go back to this Athletics-Rangers game. So we'll recap more games when we go to the top of the 9th. What's up, Max? Thank you so much for stopping on by. Here's the 0-1, and that is taken down for a ball. Rising Rhino's still here. Phil Maton is going to go out there to pitch for the Texas Rangers. Max is awesome. 0-2 pitch. And that ball is fouled over towards the right side. Max, how'd your stream do tonight, my friend? Sorry that we couldn't stop on by. That was quite a finish, though. That was quite a finish. Butler is going to, I believe, get another bat. Why is he walking back to the dugout? He struck out. We missed the pitch. They didn't even show the pitch. What's going on? What was it, a batter's violation? They didn't show the pitch. Show the pitch. Replay. No, they're not going to do it. So 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning, and we don't even know where the pitch was or how the strikeout occurred. Yep, he then stepped back into the box. That's all he had to say. That's it. It's a batter's violation, and he was out. 1 ball, no strikes. Bottom of the 8th, 1 out, the pitch. And that's fouled back. So the count is 1-1. That's to Shea Langeliers. DE is still here. What's up, DE? 1-1, foul ball. Langeliers 0 for 3 with a ground out, a line out, and a fly out as well. We got Diamondzone early tomorrow. And then I won't be calling the Phillies game tomorrow night, but somebody else will be on our channel. And I think you'll be very happy to see who it is. 1-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. Hit over towards the third base side. JJ, this is Jay. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. I'm making Tiffany use the inversion table and hang upside like a bat. Ooh. Wow. That's crazy. 1-2 pitch. That is outside and low for ball 2. I could not do that. I could not do that. Imagine me just being upside down and calling the game upside down, watching the game upside down. Now that would be interesting. That would be a sport. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Shea Langeliers. JJ, what was the announcement? All right. You know, it's funny. That whole thing sucked. We had to so I went on to another stream. The chat just stopped working for no reason. And I made a new stream and I said, you know what, we're going to wait. And now we're going to do the 6th inning. The 2-2 that is swung on and missed. And there's out number 2. So the announcement was, so long story short, Max, Monday is the 5-year anniversary of my brother passing away. My brother had very severe special needs, and he had a very severe disorder called familial dysautonomia. FD is what the short version is what the acronym is for it. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch, there's a fly ball. It's hit out over towards right center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit and bounce right towards the wall, and Rooker's going to go over to second. So anyhow, I'm doing my very first philanthropy stream on September 18th. We're going to be live for 16 hours, Max. We're going to be live for 16 hours. And we're going to be doing our first charity stream. I'm going to get some people on. We're going to be doing Diamondzone that day, of course, for 12 hours. But we're going to spread awareness to FD, and we're going to have people pitch in and donate to the Dysautonomia Foundation. It means a lot to me. It's something that I truly do believe in. It hits home for me. And I want to spread awareness and talk about what it is and be able to do some good for the channel. That's really what I want to do. I am going to get other people on. I'm not looking for a specific goal as to how much we raise. This is my first time doing it. Whatever we raise is whatever we raise. And that to me is good. I will spread the word, but I just want to be able to do something nice and be able to use the platform that we've been able to build on here to do something that's powerful. So I've seen other people do it. But this is going to be our first time, and we got to take a step. And we got to put our money, we have to be able to take action. That's really what I'm trying to say. Put our money. Take action. And just spread awareness. So, eventually we'll start doing more things, probably next year. But I want to see how this goes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch is inside for ball 3. I actually do have a video that I made in high school about my brother, and I actually interviewed the nurses. I will post that during the 15-hour stream, and as the date gets closer, we'll be definitely talking more about it for sure. Soderstrom walks, and this has gotten interesting. So the A's are down by 4 runs. Maddox is going to go out there to talk to his pitcher. And so if this runner gets on, this is Jacob Wilson that's due up. If Wilson gets on here, then the tying run would come up to the plate. That would be wild. So we got some action going on. So, yeah. I want to start doing good. I want to start doing something good, and I want us to be able to. I feel like that this brings us closer together as a community, and it's so cool that we're doing it during baseball season, because baseball to me is all about storytelling, and it's about getting other people involved and being able to engage with others as we're talking and doing play-by-play. And that to me is the power of this platform. You know? So, and we've been able to build such an awesome community. You know what I'm saying? And I really want us to be able to do something that's powerful. The pitch. That's outside and low for a ball. I'm so sorry to hear that, bro. You're a tough guy, and he is proud of you, bro. Just know that, JJ. Salute to you, my friend. 1-0 pitch. That's down low and outside for ball 2. Yeah. Tell you one thing. He couldn't really talk like you and I can. But the one thing that he did do for me, I'll tell you in just a sec. 2-0 pitch to Wilson. It's a foul ball. The one thing that he really taught me is that, you gotta. It's important to have patience, but it's also really important to be understanding that somebody might not be having their best day, and you got to be there. If you love somebody, you're there for them at all times. The 2-1. Fly ball hit out over towards right field, and that's going to be caught for out number 3, and we're going to go to the top of the 9th. So my brother had very unstable blood pressure. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but he was tube fed. He couldn't eat by mouth. He was fed with a feeding tube, and he needed a lot of care. He needed so much care. And it didn't matter if he was having a good day or not. When he was having a good day, everybody was having a good day. But when he got sick, when he needed oxygen, when he, fell, or whatever the case was, we were all there. And my mom, my dad, my sister and I, we never argued with each other, no matter when he was sick. Everybody knew what they had to do, and everybody was there. Nobody stood around. Nobody just panicked and was like, what do I do? Somebody would try to talk to him. Somebody else would get the oxygen on him or hand the oxygen over, and he was our rock. He was our family. He was the center of our family. And I've never been afraid to talk about that, because how many people can really say that they would really go to war for their family or just put their life on the line? You know what I'm saying? That's what we did. We fought for him so much. All the state battles, all the health insurance stuff. I don't want to get fully into it, but we did so much for him just to give him a good quality of life. And that's what I believe in. That's what I stand up for. So we're doing this for him. Top of the 9th. And the pitch. And that's up high for a ball to Adolis Garcia. Garcia 2 for 4 with a pair of singles and a run scored as well. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball through the hole out to right field for a base hit. And that's how we start off the top of the 9th inning out in Sacramento. So a leadoff single out towards that 4-3 hole. Excuse. So, yeah. So Garcia gets on. Thank you very much. Whoever just texted that to me, I appreciate that. The ball is one strike. Bido pitching. 20 pitches for him. The ball is one strike. We're in the top of the ninth. The 0-1. There's strike two. It was taken right on the outside corner. You shouldn't be afraid to talk about to him, bro. No matter what. He fought, and you all did as well. He's a tough person. Thank you for sharing that story, of course. Of course, man. I love him. Love him very, very much. 0-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards deep right field, and that ball is gone again. That is more that goes deep out to right center field, and Texas adds on to their lead. Let's go. They have 17 hits, Texas, tonight. And they go up by 6 in the ninth inning. Great walk-off win for the Phillies, I wanted to say, JJ. Thank you. That was awesome. Yup. But yeah, I did a documentary about him when I was in high school. And that was really cool. And I've never been afraid to talk about him because he's a big part of my life. I'm not doing this without him. He actually really loved baseball. We would actually have to memorize a lot of Disney movie lines because that's how we got along. And he loved his friends. Those were his friends. They called him his friends, the characters. And so you could probably ask me any line from any Disney movie, and I probably would know it from all the way till 2018, I would say. So, yeah. It's cool. It's cool. We all had a special bond. We didn't really take a lot of vacations, but when we did, it was always something special, and we had to make sure that we packed a lot of medical supplies. Oh my gosh. A lot. But everything that my parents did, it was for all of us. I give them a lot of respect for that. No balls, 2 strikes. And here's the 0-2, and that's way outside for a ball. Some people just don't have patience, man. Some people just don't care. And that was not how I was raised. 1-2. Popped up, hit out over towards shallow center field, and that is caught by Geloff over the shoulder. Ew, that was awesome. And so there's 2 outs in the top of the ninth inning. But yeah, I am going to try to get some athletes on that day. And I am getting one guest that I know that also has FD that actually streams on here. And we're going to have him share his story, which will be so awesome. I have a PowerPoint presentation that I'm going to do that day. And I'll be able to spread awareness that way too. That'll probably be before Diamondzone does start. 1-0 pitch. That is inside and high for ball 2. 2-0 is the count. That is to Ezekiel Duran. I'll have to remember to reset the VOD because YouTube only takes the last 12 hours of a stream. So I'll have 2 streams up. I'll make the streams 2 weeks in advance. So that way everybody knows about it too. That'll be cool. 2 balls, 1 strike. Top of the ninth. 2 outs. Nobody on. Duran at the plate. And the 2-1 offering is inside for ball 3. That was a sinker at 94 miles per hour. Bido still pitching. The 3-1 pitch. There's another fly ball hit out to left center field. But Butler is there, makes the grab. It's time to go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Out in Sacramento, Blade, Cortez, and Hernandez are all due up to bat for the Athletics. The Phillies walked it off today. They won by a final score of 3-2. You got the Pirates beating the Boston Red Sox. 10-3 was the final score there. The Pittsburgh Pirates, I gotta tell you, Brian Reynolds had himself quite a day. O'Neal Cruz homered. Reynolds had an RBI single. Andrew McCutchen had a couple of hits as well, I believe. Yep, he went 2 for 5. Gonzalez went 2 for 5. Horwitz went 2 for 4. Everybody in the starting lineup for the Pirates got a hit. For the Boston Red Sox, Carlos Narvaez hit a solo home run, and Romy Gonzalez did have a 2-run single. Dustin May pitched for Boston, 5 1/3, 8 hits, 6 earned runs. Not good for him at all whatsoever. And so 10-3 was the final score there out in Boston. Phillies won 3-2. Chris Sale went toe-to-toe against Christopher Sanchez. Sale looked very good in his return in uniform back today. Sale ended up having 9 strikeouts and 6 innings of work. He gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and he did very well. Sanchez, on the other hand, 7 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run allowed, no walks, 8 strikeouts. Wes Wilson homered. Matt Olson had himself an RBI double, and Nacho Alvarez Jr. had an RBI single. And then Trey Turner had the walk-off 2-run single down to his final strike. All right, we're going to go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and this will be the last chance for the Athletics. It's 9-3 in the bottom of the 9th, and up to bat will be Thomas. We've reached the 3-hour, 14-minute marker. Robert Garcia is going to pitch for Texas. He's 2-7 on the season with a 3.40 ERA. First pitch, swing and a miss on a heater at 95 miles per hour. Cardinals, they won 4-2. McGeevy got the win, and Abbott got the loss. Absolutely, Doug. They don't know. But it definitely makes them into the people that they are. 0-2. That's down for a ball. Gavin Lux had himself an RBI double. Church had a 2-run single, and Wilson Contreras had a solo homer. So did Matt McLean and Pedro Pajes. So 3 homers in that game. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Thomas. And the 1-2 pitch. There's a ground ball base hit back up to center field. And so a leadoff single to start off the bottom of the 9th inning. You got the Mariners. They lost 4-3 today to the Cleveland Guardians. Yes, the Cleveland Guardians, that is. Sorry about that. Julio Rodriguez did hit a 2-run home run. Jorge Polanco also hit a home run. Stephen Kwan had himself an RBI single. Manzardo had a 3-run homer. And Bo Naylor had an RBI single, too. The pitch, that's to Brett Harris, and that's taken for strike 1. The ball is 1 strike. 0-1 pitch. That misses low for ball 1. MLB Network is showing it live right now. So we'll close out the app. 1 ball, 1 strike to Harris. Garcia kicks, fires. There's a fly ball hit out over towards shallow right field, but that's going to be caught by Garcia for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Gavin Williams, 9-5. He had 7 innings of 1 earned run allowed and 8 strikeouts. Logan Gilbert, 6 innings for him, 3 earned runs on 3 hits, 6 Ks for him. And Cam Smith had his 9th save, or Cade Smith, that is, had his 9th save of the season. First pitch to Darnell Hernaiz. That's taken for strike 1 at the knees. 2 outs left to go here. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch to Hernaiz in the air, hit out over towards deep center field, but that's going to be caught in front of the warning track. And the A's are down to their final outs, folks. We'll wrap up the rest of the scores once the final out is recorded. All right. Zach Geloff is up. The pitch. Swing and a miss. It's no balls, 1 strike. Geloff 0 for 3 with a lineout and 2 strikeouts. A 119 average for him on the season. Got robbed on a homer earlier in the ball game. 0-1, and he pops it foul and out of play. A's down to their final strike. We've been going for 3 hours and 19 minutes. The 0-2, another foul ball. No balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 9th, 2 away. Garcia at on the mound. And the 0-2 is down for ball 1. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon we got another edition of Diamond Zone starting at 12:10. And then we'll be on until 4:35. 1-2 pitch, here it comes. Another foul ball. I will not be streaming tomorrow night. Somebody else will be. And that'll be cool. One and 2 to Geloff. And the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul ball in the game is over. He swung on and missed. Thought maybe he got a piece of it. He did not. And so the home plate umpire says that he's out on strikes. And that's how the ball game ends. 9-3 is the final score between the Texas Rangers and the Athletics down in Sacramento. And the night of baseball is done. Let's go. Just to wrap up the final scores, we got the Cubs beating the Colorado Rockies by a final score of 4-3. The Royals, they won 3-1. We talked about it before. A 2-run homer was hit by Bobby Witt Jr. And so they won 3-1. The Diamondbacks, they won 6-1 against the LA Dodgers. That was quite a finish over there. Ildemaro Vargas hit himself a big-time 3-run shot In the top of the ninth inning, Corbin Carroll also homered 2. And the Texas Rangers, a lot of offense there. They won by a final score of 9-3. We're going to take a look at the standings one more time before we sign off. The Blue Jays are now 2 games above the Yankees in the AL East. They are back in business. The Yankees have won 7 games in a row. It's unbelievable, and they have now made it a race again for the AL East. The Tigers are 8.5 games above the Kansas City Royals, and they are 9.5 above the Cleveland Guardians in the AL Central, so the Tigers are winning that division. You got the Astros up by 3 games against the Seattle Mariners. Nobody can seem to take off the Astros. 75-61 they are on the season. For that AL wild card, though, this is what's crazy to me. Yankees are up 1.5 games against the Boston Red Sox for first place. Red Sox are 2.5 in front of Seattle. And Seattle is only 2 games up on Kansas City. They're also 2.5 games up on Texas. Really, that should be now 2. And Cleveland, well, they're 3 games behind Seattle as well. So that final wild card spot is getting interesting for sure. And then in the National League, we'll take a look at those standings really quickly. Phillies are 6 games above the New York Mets in the NL East, which is great. The Brewers are 6.5 in front of the Chicago Cubs. And the Dodgers are only 1 game in front of the San Diego Padres. So interesting stuff there. The Diamondbacks are just in front of the Giants, too. In the wild card for the National League, the Cubs are 2 games above the San Diego Padres for first. The Padres are 3 games above the Mets for second. And the Mets are in third. And they are 5 games in front of Cincinnati. Cincinnati has lost 5 in a row. The Diamondbacks have won 4 in a row. They're now 5.5 games behind the New York Mets. The Cardinals are 5.5, also behind New York, too. And the Giants are 6 in back of the Mets. So that is going to wrap it up for us tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you for staying on here. Good baseball day. Thanks. Take care, everybody. Yep, thank you. I really appreciate it. All right. Good night. Lila Tov. I will catch you all on the next one. It's time for bed. Bye.